Don't come fight for Ukraine unless you're already trained, Foreign Legion says.
Here's a summary of the article.
For Canadians looking to help in Ukraine, sending donations of money and essential supplies is likely more attainable than volunteering to fight on the front lines. Anyone volunteering needs prior combat experience, he said. Right now we're looking for people exclusively with live combat experience. We've had unfortunately quite a lot of people coming through to Ukraine and being turned away because they don't have this experience. McGraw said combat units are being sent to the front line as soon as we can, and their members aren't being trained first beyond top-up training, meant to get them familiar with Ukrainian equipment. While the Canadian government is discouraging citizens from traveling to Ukraine given the security situation, it doesn't prohibit fighting alongside that country's armed forces. Ukrainian Canadian Olehania Iliek is among those who volunteer to fight in Ukraine. Humanitarian groups also need help, and McGraw said anyone who has arrived in Ukraine or is planning to and who doesn't have combat experience could volunteer their time there.
This post received a score of 46,000, with an upvote ratio of 94%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
I see we had a few COD enthusiasts show up.
I never served, but I vlogged 74 hours in Command and Conquer Generals. Here's what I can teach the Ukrainians about the crucible of ground combat.
Greater than Command and Conquer Generals. Yes. Can I have some shoes? Loved my little money scrambling worker dudes. TGEY was so happy about my shoe upgrades. You could say they were bursting with happiness. On another note, a particle cannon would be nice now.
One of my favorite games ever.
Yeah, mine too. The generals were funny AI enemies. Unfortunately it was censored here.
Remember that article about the guy from the UK who just showed up, without telling his girlfriend and son, without telling Ukraine, without military training? He realized war is scary and went home. Meanwhile, trained soldiers are very useful.
War tourism. I guess it's a thing.
Has always been, even during WW2. Hell, during the American Civil War some people had picnics during the battles.
Wasn't there a company you could pay to go shoot Somali pirates from an armored yacht at some point? I can't remember if that turned out to be fake, but it's very believable.
It was fake from when I remember that was posted. But it seemed legit, like it was set up in a very believable way.
It was a glorious fake that scammed a handful of people out of some money, and honestly it wouldn't even be the darkest thing people could do for money.
I heard they turned down some Finnish people, and Finns usually have at least 6 to 12 months military service background, so I guess they accept more than just random compulsory training.
It says they want combat experience, not military experience. Most Finns are unlikely to have this.
I was never in the military, but I did go through a few months in my mid-20s where I seriously considered joining the Army Reserve, and so I did tons of research on the different jobs. I'd say like 80% of the jobs you could get in the U.S. Army are just regular old jobs. Security guard, clerical work, working in a warehouse, etc. Nothing wrong with that at all, but like you said there's less fighting in the military than people think.
A lot of jobs in the military when you're not deployed are basically 9 to 5s. Takes a lot of logistics to make it all work at it. Thanks for everyone sharing their knowledge and experiences.
Greater than basically 9 to 5s friend from university was an officer in the Air Force and deployed to Qatar. She only did work on the buildings. It was basically a 9 to 5, but in a desert with nothing to do. That was fun.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.